hi and kind of welcome you to the class, and then talk about some of the logistical things that we're gonna deal with for the next 3 weeks. So this is a 3-week summer course. It's gonna be all online, which, you know, whatever, is not my preferred style, but we will see how this goes. So you all have already added yourselves to the Slack conversation. That will be really a critical part of this. I am very bad with email, just historically, and every semester and week, honestly, I tell myself I'm going to be better, and I never am. So it's just a lot easier if we use that. It's kind of like a conversation we can have there, and you can ask questions and I don't know, post things and share memes and thoughts, and however you see fit. But I will always post the link for the Zoom, the lectures, in that Slack. So I'm gonna share my screen just to give you all kind of a little introduction of who I am. And then it would be great if we could just briefly go around and you could say your name, maybe like what year you are at school, and maybe like what your preferred practice, what medium you use for your practice, or whatever, something about that. And then why you're in this class. And you're allowed to say that because you need a science credit to graduate, but yeah, no, I'm just kidding. So, okay, so let me just share my screen. Okay, so this is me. My name is Mika. I do have a PhD, but don't call me Dr. Tosca. Now that you know me, it's too weird for me and pretentious. So just Mika is fine. Prior to coming to SAAC in January of 2017, I was a full-time research scientist at the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, where I worked for 6 years. I left because of a number of things, one of which was, well, I wanted to do something more exciting with my life. Donald Trump was being elected. I was transitioning, and it was time to try something different. I got my PhD 6 years before that in 2012 at the University of California in Irvine. I don't know if any of you are from California, but I lived in Irvine for 6 years, and then in LA proper for about 5.5 years before moving here. My whole family lives there still, or just my parents, actually. My research as a scientist, I research how fires interact with the climate through the emission of smoke particulates, like wildfires, sorry. And also, since coming to SAAC, I've been thinking about ways that art and science can intersect to help solve the most vexing existential crisis of our lifetimes, which of course is climate change, and I'm a climate scientist. So I've done a number of projects with students and with colleagues thinking about this, and so I continue to think about this. And so if any of you do work that is environmental or climate focused, then come chat with me, and I would love to hear your thoughts and think about stuff that we can do. And then also I'm trans and I use she, her pronouns, so don't fuck that up. So, all right, I'm gonna stop sharing this, and I would like to just go around, and I can, I just would like you to introduce yourselves really briefly. And I will just do it in the order that you all are appearing on my screen. I don't know if it's the same order as yours. So I'm going to start in the top left-hand corner, which is Leanne. Leanne?
Hi, I'm Leanne, and should I introduce my major or
Yeah,
whatever I want?
whatever you want, like what you practice in, but more importantly, why you're in this course.
Oh, okay. So my major is basically Viscom, but I'm not in Viscom department. I mainly want to focus on illustrations because I love drawing and painting. And now because it's quarantine and it's hard to go back to my hometown, so I just want to take summer courses here. And I was so interested in the topic of this class, like the climate disaster. I love it. So I take this class.
Thank you. Okay, next is Ruotong. Ruotong?
Hello, I'm Rotong and I'm from Photo Department. And I chose this class because one of my friends, she recommended this class to me. And, you know, like 2020, like we have been like experienced a lot, especially like environment disaster. So I think it might be a good time to know about it. Yeah.
Cool, thank you. Yeah. Okay, next, Royce.
Hi, I'm Royce. I'm in the fibers department, and I wanted to take this class also because just this time period right now that we're going through, this is just an interesting topic to be learning about.
Cool, thank you. ZU?
Hi, I'm Ziyu. I'm from Viscom, and I'm first year graduate student in Viscom. And the reason that I chose this class because I'm interested in bioart, and I think the content of the class may have some connections with bioart. I think.
Cool. Did you go to the bioart lecture that was like right before?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Next I have, is it Reka?
Yeah, it's Reka. Hi, I'm in the Viscom department, and I'm taking this class because, excuse me, I feel like I don't know enough on such an important topic, and I'm glad SAIC offers a class like this, so I'm excited to take it.
Cool, thank you. Paige?
Hi, my name's Paige. I'm in the animation department. I'm taking this class because I was recommended it by a friend, but also I think I end up talking about death and crisis in my practice a lot. So I think this would relate to that a lot. And also I'm from New Mexico and we don't really have that many natural disasters. So I think it's like, it'll all be very different from my own personal experience.
Cool, yeah, thank you. We will unfortunately be talking about death a lot, both of human lives and also environmental death. And next I have Brian.
Okay, I'm Brian. I'm from the photo department. I chose this class because my work is mainly focused on new topographics, and I've encountered several environmental disasters, and it's a very interesting topic, so I chose this class.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, that's great. Awesome, I'm excited. Next I have Jasmine.
Hello, my name is Jasmine. I'm mainly focused on writing, and I chose this class because I'm interested in anything related to the environment.
Cool, thank you. Ruby?
I'm Ruby. My main focus is in printmaking and illustration. And I chose this class because I just took a class from Mika, Knowing Nature, and I enjoyed it very much. And I also needed to take a summer course, and I was excited that you were teaching it. So
Cool, thank you. Thanks. Oh, sorry, my dog is barking at the door. Next I have Gao. Gao Yuman.
Oh, hi, I'm Kathleen. I'm focused on photography and visual communication. And this is my third year in SSC, and I'm gonna graduate after the summer. So yeah.
Cool, thank you. Alan.
Hi, I'm Alan. I'm from the Art and Tech department. I'm taking this class because it's one of the topics I'm interested in.
Cool, thank you. Jinling. I think you're muted.
Oh, yeah. Hi. I take the class because my friend recommends Mika's class for me, and I'm also interested in the environmental disaster. Also, yeah.
Great, thank you. Rachel.
Hi, yeah, sorry, my computer just died, so it's been going on and off. I'm Rachel, and I major in sculpture. I joined this class. I actually just joined this class this morning, so I don't know if I'm on your list, but I joined this class because most of my practice, like my sculpture work, is sort of surrounding on the topic of environmental disaster, like global warming and smaller things that comes with global warming. So I want to know more about this topic.
Cool, thank you. Sorry, there's like someone in my building and my dog is screaming at them, so I'm trying to. Okay, hey, it's okay. Jane?
Hi. I'm Jane. I'm fine art student, but I'm also interested in film department. I chose this class because I've been always interested in environment. Thanks. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Jikun? Hey.
Oh, hi. I'm Jikun, and I'm third year student in film. I choose this class because I can't get back to China, so I just think like I need a summer class, and I mean I used to be a physics student, so I think this topic like kind of fit me, so I just choose the class.
Great, thank you. And then lastly, we have Ting Yun.
Hi, I'm Ting. I'm actually in Taiwan now, and it's 11 p.m. So I'm just gonna not show my face. And I focus on painting and ceramic. And I'm in this class because I care about the environment, and I just want to know more about it. Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you. Yeah, and I know that there are time zone differences, so actually that's the first thing that I wanted to talk about is I do enjoy having this synchronous like Zoom where we can all check in with each other, and I found in the spring semester that 10 a.m. was kind of the best time that captures like maybe people who are on the west coast of the United States where it's pretty early, and then people in time zones where it's pretty late. This is kind of the best time, but if that's not the case, I will pose like a little poll in the Slack channel to see if there might be a better time to do it. But my preference is 10 a.m. So hopefully that works for everybody. But if not, then please just let me know, like in the Slack or in this chat, even here on Zoom, you can say yes or no. Okay. So very quickly, I'm going to go through the syllabus, and I will share my screen again. Just 1 second. So I have posted the syllabus to the Google Drive. which hopefully you all were able to find it. And hopefully you all can you all see the screen with the syllabus on it? Yeah, okay. So this is gonna be all online for 3 weeks. We will still, so normally if we were at SAIC, we would be meeting every day. So there's still gonna be stuff to do every day. Most of the assignments and lectures and all that are going to be asynchronous, which means that you're gonna have to watch them on your own time and do them on your own time. So the way that the course will be structured is that there will be about an hour-ish worth of material. We'll have this hour-ish, today it'll be less than that, Zoom conversation, which is not mandatory, but very much recommended, because we will talk about questions about the lecture, and I'll answer any outstanding things that you have. And then we'll also introduce the work that will be done for the last hour for class. And then you will also have readings to do, and they're listed on the syllabus. The way that most of the grading works is that we'll have quizzes for the readings, which will be worth 30% of your grade. We'll have a midterm and a final. The midterm will be I don't give exams. I typically don't give exams. Sometimes I do. And I tried this in the spring to give exams again, and I remembered how much I fucking hate grading them. So no exams. We'll do a midterm zine, and then a final project. So, and also, I'm sorry, this homework, there won't be a homework. So it'll be quizzes, a midterm zine, a final project, and then participation, which is very vague, kind of like, are you keeping up with the course? Are you engaging with the material? And more importantly, are you doing the kind of group work or the daily class assignments that we'll have, which will be not graded, but will be factored into your participation grade. So if I was teaching this in person, every day we would have some sort of breakout activity or something like that. And so I'm gonna try to replicate that as best as I can through remote learning ways, but that'll be how that works. Sorry. So there will not be a homework assignment, and I'm gonna take this out of here. Sorry. I don't do homework assignments for the 3-week summer courses because it just doesn't make any sense. So this is the way that the class is gonna go. We're gonna start today with natural versus unnatural, and I will post that lecture soon. And it's a very short kind of introductory lecture. And then tomorrow we'll get more into this, looking at natural versus unnatural and examining natural versus environmental disasters. So I specifically called this course Environmental Disasters for a reason, and you'll see that why when you watch that lecture. There will be a quiz tomorrow. Your first quiz will be tomorrow. And the way that this is going to work is you will have 24 hours beginning at 8 a.m. Chicago time through 8 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, you'll have 24 hours to do the quiz, but you'll only have 30 minutes once you start it to finish it on Canvas. It's very easy and to set that up. So you'll see, I'll post the link, or I'll post it up tonight, and you'll see you'll be able to start taking it at 8 a.m. tomorrow. You can take it any time during those 24 hours, but you'll only have like a set amount of time to actually do the quiz. And the quiz will be based almost entirely on the reading from the night before. So in the syllabus, it says, like, for example, tonight it's reading 1, and then tomorrow will be quiz 1 based on reading 1. Tomorrow it's reading 2, and then the following day will be quiz 2 based on reading 2, and so on and so forth. Does this make sense to everybody? Does anybody have any questions about this? Or it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty much how I do all my classes forever. Normally, you would just have 30 minutes at the beginning of class to do it, so you're getting a little help here in that you can fit it into your schedule whenever you can, whenever you want to. So if you want to like do the reading and then immediately take the quiz, that could be a good way to do really well on the quiz. Or like do the quiz as you're doing the reading, because obviously it'll be open notes and everything, because I don't know how, there's no way for me to not. So it won't be like regurgitating material from the reading though. It'll be like thinking about the reading and how these concepts can be applied. Do any of you have any questions so far on the syllabus? None. Okay, if you find that you have questions down the line, let me know. I'll just go through the topics that we're going to cover. So we're going to start with kind of an overview, and then of course I'll introduce climate change, which to me as a climate scientist is the environmental disaster of our time. And you'll see how the themes of climate change as environmental disaster interweave with all of the other topics that we will discuss. Then we'll start more in earnest with Chernobyl, the disaster at Chernobyl, which was a nuclear accident at Chernobyl. We'll talk about the Anthropocene and the Great Acceleration and how that is in and of itself an environmental disaster. Then we'll talk about oil and fracking, oil and fossil fuel extraction as they are related to the Deepwater Horizon and Exxon Valdez oil spills. And of course, there are so many oil spills. Like, how do you choose which one to talk about? And then we'll return to climate change and talk about, more specifically, the types of environmental disasters that climate change is likely to spawn. Specifically, we'll talk a lot about species extinction as a disaster. And then we'll, on June 4th, which is like in a week and a half or whatever, we will not have a lecture, but we will have presentations of your midterm zines. So I'll post the assignment for the zines ASAP so you can get started on those as soon as you can. And then we'll have just brief presentations and I'll send out instructions on how that's going to work. If you can't make the live synchronous Zoom, then you can record it, a recording, or post it to the Slack. But I'll give detailed instructions on that. Then we will talk about the interplay between coal and fracking. So probably many of you have heard about fracking and how that's in and of itself an environmental disaster. Then we'll talk about the ozone hole. And then we will have a freebie class, no class, where you will be able to work on your final projects. You'll have a whole day with no assignments, to read, nothing, just allowing yourselves to work on your projects. Then we'll talk about rainforest loss, and specifically, I always love to show the film Fern Gully in this class, especially. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do that over Zoom, because I own Fern Gully, and so usually I just show mine. But then we'll have conferences about your final projects, and then we'll just have the last class on June 12th. Okay, any questions, any comments, thoughts? No?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where can we find the quiz and the reading materials? Is on Canvas or all on Slack?
Good question. So the quizzes will be on Canvas. The quizzes will be through Canvas. You can take them just on Canvas. The readings and everything else will be in the Google Drive, and so I will just show you where they are, and then I'll post the link to the Slack conversation. But there's a folder on the Google Drive, which is where the syllabus was, and I may have forgotten to post that, and that's my bad. But here's the folder for class. Sorry. And you can see that there are a number of folders within that folder, and one of those folders says readings, and this is where all of the readings are. So for example, for the first reading, it's here. This is actually reading 1 and reading 2. So the first reading will go through, I believe there's 2 chapters. And so, or sorry, no, it will go through page, it's like halfway through. I'll post it in the Slack with the instructions. I'm pretty sure it's page 60. I can't remember right off the top of my head right now. But this is reading 1 and 2, and then reading 3, 4, and 5 are from this book, 6, and then 7. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Cool. Any other questions or comments or thoughts? All right. That's all that I have. I just wanted to go over that so we could have like an in-person, chat about this. Hopefully we're all understand how this is going to work. We know where the readings are. I'm going to post that immediately to the Slack. And then quizzes on Canvas. All of this, you can ask me any questions you want in the Slack. I don't know if any of you have used Slack before, but you can also send me just a private message within the Slack by just like going where it says direct messages and then clicking on my name, and then we can have a chat. Or you can send to the group, or you can start a small group. Either way, Slack is a really great tool, I think, for this to kind of keep us all connected, because we're only virtually connected right now, and a big part of the way that I teach is like, collaborative interaction, and so we're going to try and simulate that as best as we can. All right, if no one has any other questions, then I will see you tomorrow around the same time, and I'll send the link. Sound good? All right, it was nice meeting you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.